Mr. Blutowski. 0.0.
You in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Talking Dick's Comedy Podcast. We're a podcast from a web series. That's right. How does that work? Well, pre-pandemic, Al Romas and myself had a web series called The Two Dicks. It still exists. It's on YouTube. You can see all the episodes, all 15, possibly 16, if I don't delete the one I hate. But during the pandemic, we couldn't get together. So we started doing our podcast, the Talking Dick's Comedy Podcast. And here we are. I'm in Studio City, California, home. I'm home. And Al is traveling the world once again. Al Romas, tell the folks where your location is. What's happening?
Yes, I'm currently in Galveston, Texas. I joined the Adventure of the Seas today, and I traveled yesterday all day. Most of the day traveling, as you know how it is, and there was a lot of stuff happening yesterday. We'll peel it away as we chat it up. And you're home and working. What are you doing? You working? You making pizzas in the oven?
I'm doing all that stuff, but I want to talk about your appearance before we get into it. Al served in the Navy, I believe, 4 years or 6. How many years did you serve?
I did 4. That was enough.
I didn't do any. I didn't serve.
I know you didn't serve.
I served in my parents' restaurant. That's what I did.
You served. Yes, you were a server. Yeah. Not quite the same,
but you're a Navy boy. You're disciplined. You're organized. You get up early and you shave. But I see some facial. I see a 10 o'clock shadow, 10 p.m. shadow. That's not your normal. You usually get up. First of all, I've stayed at Al's house a couple of times in Tampa, and if we were shooting an episode, we had to get up early, and I need like a full hour. This guy, 8 to 12 minutes, showered, shaved, shiny. Let's go. Coffee mug. Is that from the Navy, or have you always been like that?
No, that was the Navy. That's one of the reasons I think I joined the Navy, because I was just a doofus, sleeping late and doing what the hell I wanted when I wanted. And so I thought, there are a lot of reasons, but that was one of them. Was like, I need a little discipline here. I need a little, I need someone to yell at me a little bit for a while, get my life moving. So, but this was, I did the cancer benefit last Friday, and then I was off, and my lovely girlfriend is always like, I don't care. I like when you don't shave. So I was like, whoa, really? Fuck yeah. So
see, Bernadette's the same way. Yeah, no, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Bernadette likes a couple of days. She likes it, even when we're being romantic, she likes kind of a gruff thing.
She likes it rough.
Yeah, she likes it rough. But then she tells me, sometimes it's like kissing my dad on the cheek.
Hey.
No, not in that way. She says, no, I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying my dad would come home. I'm like, okay, I'm weirded out now. And I lost my erection. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't say issues. She doesn't say
working out on her own. The
moment she talks about it later, saying, my dad always had scruff. So I like that. It's very manly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was, because I like to, I don't like a beard per se, but it's nice to just take the week off or whatever and not shave and think about it. And I have a show tonight. I'll clean it up. I'll shave it off tonight, but it's been nice to just, not worry about it. Had the week off. It was very nice. And then I left yesterday. You overnight, if you haven't, if you don't know how entertainers on ships, a lot of times they'll fly you out the day before, especially now with flights being canceled left and right. It makes sense. I hate it, but it makes sense.
And the COVID protocols are still in place. Negative testing. You can't board.
Right.
When you're flying somewhere.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Still need the test and all that. And, but I had a 7 a.m. to Miami, and then a Miami to Houston, and then stay overnight in Houston. And then this morning or today, the Uber hour Uber ride to Galveston. But I got my thing and it said, you're staying at now, how would you deal with this? It says you're staying at the Courtyard Marriott Airport Hotel. Great. Oh, that's great. No Uber involved. Just get my bag. There's the sign for the Marriott. I'm in the airport. There's a big Marriott sign. Take it, follow the arrows. I follow the arrows. I go to the desk. Good morning. How are you? Welcome. Oh, I'm great. I'm in a good mood. Things are happening and we're moving along.
My girlfriend likes the scruff.
Yes, things are great. Here's my license. Here's my, incidentals card. Let's do it. And then she's like, do you have a confirmation number? Which is never a good sign.
No.
And I go, yeah, of course. Sure. Here you go. Still good mood, all this. And then she goes, you're not here. We don't have a reservation for you. I go, what? Why not? What's happening here? She's like, I don't know. What's the number? I show it to her and she's like, that's not us. Go,
are these franchised? Yeah. Are these franchise places?
Go ahead.
I see that Marriott will buy a bunch of these places and they'll say Courtyard by Marriott. And they'll say something else, Field by Marriott, Ocean Resort by Marriott. And they're all clustered in the same area. And you go, take me to the Marriott. Sometimes the driver will go, which one? But Airport Marriott.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Airport Marriott is deceiving because sometimes it's right at the airport. And other times it's 6 miles away, 7 miles away, but they call it the airport.
Yes. So we determine I'm at the wrong Airport Marriott, even though I'm at the airport in a Marriott. I'm at the wrong one. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Here's the thing. Let me jump in again. I got to jump in here because this has happened to them. Don't pretend it's the first time asking you for reservation numbers and all that shit. Go ahead, continue. Oh, it angers me. I just relived.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I always feel like you, me, any entertainer who's been at this a while, we could run the hotel business. We could run the ship business. We know what's going on. That's the thing. We know what's happening. Lines. Yeah, exactly. And then, so I go, well, where would I go then if I'm not? And then she's like, I don't know, but it's not this one. You're not here. So I go, oh, okay, that's great. So I look it up and then I'm like, well, there's another one, Courtyard by Marriott Airport Hotel, 3 miles away. So, but all the good feeling is gone now because now I'm I'm like on the second floor of the airport. Now I go, how do I even? She's like, well, you have to get a cab or an Uber, and that's on the first floor, but in C terminal, and you're in B terminal. I'm like, what? All this is fucking ruined now. And now I'm on the tram going to B. I'm trying to find C105, the door. That's the outside area for pickup for the Uber. So I find it all. I get it. I get in the Uber, and it's a guy, and he goes, no, a girl, it's a woman. And we start talking a little bit, just how are you? Good, blah, blah, blah. Within a minute, she's pulling up. She goes around and she's pulling up at the hotel. She goes, okay, have a good day. I'm like, now, I mean, God bless her and all, but did she really think I called an Uber to go 100 feet? She took me from B to C. I'm like,
but you had to punch in your location. So that's on you, isn't it? In the app.
I put in the new one, but I don't think she looked. She just looked at Airport Marriott, and she was like, "Well, he's at B. I'll take him to C. We're right here." Meanwhile, the whole ride was only like $9 to begin with to go to the one I'm going to. So she didn't look. She just thought, "Oh, the Marriott." So I go, "No, this isn't it. This is the one I just came out of." And then she was like, "Oh, what?" And then she looked at her thing and she goes, "Oh, you're on Kennedy Boulevard." I go, "Yeah, I guess so." So then we drive 3 miles.
When she went to confirm it, she tapped the other one that you were at.
Right. Yeah. She was assuming she had an Uber ride of 100 feet. She was thrilled. And
I would do that all day long. No, get out.
Yeah. That's a great job. Just go 100 feet back. Anyone would do that. That's awesome. So we get to the new one, which is what you were talking about. It's 3 miles away, and it's basically next to a parking lot where you do the park and ride, so people can park cheaper, take a shuttle, and leave their car. So that's the hotel I'm at. All right, fine. It's again, like you were saying, I think it could have been a Sheraton. They threw a sign on it, Courtyard by Marriott. Good. Okay. It's like 1 o'clock. I check in, maybe 2 o'clock. And then I go, there's a Starbucks in the lobby. So I turn around, I'm looking at it as I'm checking in. And the girl goes, oh, hope you don't need coffee. And I go, what? What? What do you mean? I hope you don't need coffee. What does that mean? And then she goes, well, they're closed. They only open from 6:30 to 9. And then from 4 to 8 in a hotel. I go, I've never seen a coffee shop closed in the middle of the day in a hotel. She's like, yeah, that's how they do it. I go,
wow. Okay.
Wow. Oh, is there any food around here? Is there food in the
Right,
in the hotel? No food. We don't.
No,
they're not open.
Is there anything within walking distance? Is it one of those hotels where there's nothing? There's like graffiti on some warehouse, and the guy says, you're better off having something delivered. You just can't walk into a diner somewhere.
Yeah, there was a main highway, and across the street was a Jack in the Box.
Oh my God.
Jack in the Box.
When's the last time you ate a Jack off in the box? Because I
don't think I've ever eaten in a Jack in the Box, to be honest with you.
I'm going to go back 30 years.
I remember they were gone in New York. They took them out of New York, and they're on the West Coast, and but I went in there and I was just like, oh boy. All right. So I got a little salad. I tried to eat healthy as I could at a Jack in the Box. I had a salad, and I went back to the hotel. And it's a nice hotel, all good there. Everything's fine. Dinner time comes around, and I'm outside. I'm having a little cigar, and it's getting near dinner time, but it's a little past dinner time. But I'm watching the NFL draft. So it's 8 o'clock, but 7 o'clock in Texas. So I'm watching the draft on YouTube, and then I realize, well, I got to eat. I haven't had dinner. So I go in there. There's nothing there. So I go Uber Eats. I go to Uber Eats, which I haven't done in a long time. And I look up Uber Eats. There's not a lot going on, but I see Chinese food. So I go, that'd be good. Chinese food. Can't go wrong, right? Uber Eats. Get some chicken, get some rice.
Okay.
What the hell.
All right.
Sounds easy. So I get a chicken and a rice and a Coke, and the bill's $19. I go, okay, be there in 40 minutes. Perfect. Thank you. Girl comes, and it's one of these. I go, leave it at the door, the hotel door. And then I get a message from Uber Eats, and she's like, I'm here. I'm not allowed to come in the hotel. So you have to come meet me in the parking lot. I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. But all right, I want to cause problems. I go, all right, I'll meet you outside. So I go out there, and it's this big fat woman stuffed in her car. There was never going to be an attempt to come out into the hotel. You know what I mean?
She ate your food.
She wasn't. Well, I wish she did, but she's sitting in the car. Then she goes, oh, I got your car. I go, yeah, I got your food. I go, okay, all right. So I take it. It's a massive bag, though, and it's heavy. And I'm thinking, well, maybe they gave me a liter of Coke. The whole thing seems odd, but I'm like, all right, I'm hungry. I'm in a rush. So I take the big bag from the car, walk in the hotel. I open the bag, and there's dinner for 5 in the bag. There's dinner for 5 easily, and no Coke, by the way. So it's just boxes of chicken and boxes of rice. Big boxes too, big. So I look at the bill, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? And the bill's $58. So I'm like, what's going on here?
This is why we were supposed to pod yesterday, and you just said, let's do it tomorrow. I'm fried. So that's basically after all this
rice.
Yeah, yes. I'm fried rice.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you remedy this?
So I'm eating my chicken. I'm watching the draft, and then I go on my.
Wait a minute! What are you eating? Someone else's chicken?
Well, this was my chicken in my room, and it was the chicken I ordered. They just gave me 4 orders of it and 4 orders of the rice and no Coke.
But why did they charge you?
So they gave,
did you fight it?
they charged me for it. Basically, I put in 1 and 1 chicken, 1 rice, and 1 Coke. And they ran it up as 4 chickens, 4 rice, no Coke. So I took a picture of the receipt and I went on the Uber app and then Uber Eats. And then there was a chat with us. So a guy came on, or a girl, and I just said, hey, I go, my bill was $19. I just paid $58. I got 4 servings of each. I didn't even get a Coke. This is, what is this? And they wrote back, we're very sorry. Big mistake. Keep it and we'll just wipe it off your card. We'll give you the whole thing back. So basically I had free chicken and rice and I left
4 servings. So you're as big as the woman who delivered it.
For them. Well, I the maid, if she wants it, she's got dinner for her family tonight. I mean, it sat out. I didn't refrigerate it. So that might be a problem.
I would have brought it down to the desk and said, hey, they gave me 4 of these. I only need 2.
You're nicer. You're a nicer man.
Help yourself. I am.
I was naked already and I was eating and I wasn't going downstairs.
They love it when you go downstairs naked with Chinese food.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've never
General
done
Tao's
that,
chicken right here, lady.
Hey now.
What?
So
well, I'm glad you're safe.
So then all good. All good in the long run. Had a free dinner. Can't go wrong.
So it did have a happy ending. You had a free dinner.
Hey now. About an hour later. Yes.
About an hour later. Okay, at least there was something. But I don't know. I'm suspect about the whole thing with the hotel. You're supposed to put in your destination, and she has to confirm it by saying you're going to the Marriott.
Right.
All right.
No, she just looked. It came up as courtyard. No, it came up as Airport Marriott. And so she was like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" But as we're talking, she pulled over. And I'm like, well, I just came from here. This is not where I'm going. She goes, well, I don't understand where you're going. I go, Airport Marriott. And then I go, but it's on Kennedy. And then she scrolled, like you were saying, there's a bunch of them.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, it's 3 miles away. I go, yeah, yes.
So she
continued. I'm not walking.
All right. Woo.
So we continued on. Yes. It was a long one, man.
Yeah. Okay.
It was one of those days, you just
now you're back. You're back on the ship.
Back on the ship. And tonight, 1 show. Sunday, 1 show. Off the ship Tuesday. And then, like we were talking about last pod, I don't get home Tuesday, though. I have to overnight in Costa Rica.
Wow.
Because of that ride and the flight wouldn't. Yeah, it's a long.
And what ship is this again? Refresh my memory.
You know what I mean?
Is this the Radiance?
Adventure of the
Adventure.
Seas. Adventure. Out of Galveston. And they're doing a 13-day cruise. They're going to go and then reposition.
It's not the regular.
In Bayonne.
It's not the Liberty of the Seas where they do the 1 week and you go down to Cozumel. And okay.
No.
That's a different.
We'll be in Cos on Sunday.
Oh, you are?
Then I leave. Yeah. But then I leave Tuesday and then the ship will sail. And then from now on, you'll be out of Bayonne if you get on the adventure.
Gotcha. Repositioning, new home, all that.
Exactly. So, man. So been a long one, but you know how it is. You did multiple weeks. You know what goes on.
I did.
Now you're home.
I am.
How's that? How's life at home after the many weeks of travel?
There's adjustments. Yeah, I'm reacquainting myself with the habits. We rearranged some of the furniture that we've been wanting to do in our living room and whatnot. I put my pizza oven, my rock box pizza oven, to work. We had 9 people, including myself, in our backyard, and I made.
I'll do it again. Boomerang. Come on, one more time. Woo!
I made 5 pizzas, so you cut them in half. We had extra pizza.
5 little homemade pizzas.
No, I did the 12. I didn't do the too much work to do the individual. Yeah, the max you can put in this oven is 12, 1 at a time. So I did 5. I mixed it up.
Okay.
I did some pepperoni, some it's a Neapolitan style. It's a little bit charred on the crust underneath and sometimes on the sides.
Oh, I like a charred. Yeah. Love a char.
various
sure.
cheeses, pepperonis, olives, arugula, whatever you
Sure.
wanted, and fresh basil. I had a fresh
Hawaiian?
basil plant.
You
No
going
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian at
We
all?
didn't do the Hawaiian out
Good.
here. We don't do
Yeah,
that.
that's no, it's awful.
That's the pineapple and the ham. Is that a California thing? Which one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I know that pineapple definitely, and the ham
It's
I've seen
Hawaiian.
on both California
Yeah.
and Hawaiian, but
California
Yeah.
Pizza Kitchen started doing that on the mainland, I think, as a regular menu item. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know if I've ever been. I see it at the mall all the time when I would go to malls.
Mhm.
And, I don't know if I've done California Kitchen.
I did
And-
them when they first came out, and then they got kind of like
Mhm.
Cheney, too much. But there's one,
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney. Well, Chain,
They were
like
shooting
there were a
people in the
bunch,
face.
yeah, shooting them in the face. They opened one up down the street here in Studio City. Well, it's been open for a while, but it's more of a neighborhood. It's upstairs. You take an escalator up, and then they have like a nice
Ooh,
bar area.
fancy.
It doesn't look like a California pizza kitchen. It looks like a nice little bistro. I've done that.
Yeah, I like an elevator. I like an elevator to
Escalator.
An escalator. That's all right. I like an elevator, and then when you walk, like some of the in St. Petersburg, other places. Of
Yeah, you
course,
can do that.
rooftop bar. You
Oh,
take the
my
elevator up, and then when it opens up, the sun's out, and you're at the bar.
Oh.
The roof. It's awesome. Very
Hong
cool.
Kong has them everywhere. In Hong Kong, you could take an elevator to the 22nd floor, step out, and you'll be in a Chinese restaurant. It's so bizarre. The JW Marriott in Singapore, not Singapore, I'm sorry, in Shanghai.
Airport Marriott.
No, not the airport. JW Marriott in downtown Shanghai. The lobby is on the
official.
26th floor. That's
Really?
wild. Yeah, down below is all office. You take the elevator up, and then you have the lobby, and then it goes up another 40 stories above that, and you can just have that panoramic view. The restaurant's on the very top. Really classy place. Loved it.
Were you working there? What were
I
you
was.
doing in Hong Kong?
Bernadette and I,
What were you
Bernadette Pauly, we were performing stand-up comedy in Beijing, Shanghai, and then later Hong Kong. And
Really?
yes, and we went back to Hong Kong. I've been
Why?
to Hong Kong
What kind of a gig is this?
5 or
Like,
6
what,
times. Hong Kong
Have you
became a
really?
regular comedy
I've never
club.
been.
Yeah, Hong Kong was called Takeout Comedy by Jamie Gong, and he was born in Chinatown, New York City. So he went over there and opened up the business. And
Comedian?
Yes, and he's been running it successfully for a dozen years, maybe. Did they celebrate?
It's weird out. That's great.
10th
Like
year,
some of these
maybe?
guys, there's like the guy in Aruba, the guy in
Aruba Rays,
like certain
Ray
guys
Allen,
left.
yeah.
Yeah, they left New York and they go, oh, we'll go here and make a comedy club and I'll live here now.
I think Ray bought a condo, or not a timeshare, but a condo down there years ago, and then he started doing comedy once in a while. Now it's seasonal. I think he does it like 4 months out of the year, like Monday through Thursday. He doesn't even do it the weekends.
Then he goes
because
back.
it's so busy on the weekends down there.
Yeah.
It's busy.
I
all
don't
week.
know. It seems like there'd be enough tourists and things to do it on the weekend, but I guess not. He would know, but
No,
it just
he
seems
doesn't.
like there's enough.
He's busy during the week, Monday, and the way it works out when people land and leave, he figured it out. Oh, Monday through Thursday, that's the best nights because it's busy, but it's not jammed with bands playing everywhere. He's not competing with the other big stuff that's going on the weekend. So he's done well. I was there passing through. I was joining a ship, and I think he had maybe 160 people. So one show a night, Monday through Thursday.
Not
and
bad.
I'm going back in February 2023 to perform there. And hopefully, if my agent works on it, will get me a ship to either drop me off or jump on right there. And in addition, we're attending
that would be
Bernadette's
amazing, but
Bernadette's niece's wedding is going to be there. That's the real reason we're going.
oh, in Aruba.
Yeah. And that's
Very
it,
nice.
man.
Very nice.
That's all good. So the pizza
Very
thing
nice.
was a hit. I'm home. I did a cancer benefit last night out in Westlake, just over the
Did
mountain.
you crack up cancer?
It wasn't
crack it
called
up?
crack. I did crack up the cancer. I broke it up,
Mhm.
stopped it in
Very
its
good.
tracks. But we had a
Nice.
delightful turnout, probably just shy of 200 people. And it was nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anyone I know on
everybody
the show?
crushed.
Anyone else?
Dana Carvey wasn't there.
Don't know the name. I don't know the name.
He was
but
not there.
anyone I know?
Seinfeld didn't
heard
show
of?
up.
So
Paula
the answer is
Poundstone
just
did not show up.
Yeah, you could just say no when I say anyone I've heard of or no, and you just go no. Then it's easy.
Well, you know what
Don't
it
be
is?
ashamed.
I'm trying to carry this podcast because you've been doing it alone
Oh,
for 100. This is 182, volume 182. That's how long we've been doing this. 2 years. 2 years, man.
solid 2 years.
Solid.
Solid 2 years.
Woo.
Solid 2 years. And yeah, even doesn't seems longer than that because we started in March 2020. So yeah, we're over 2 years.
Do you think we did our
just
first
barely.
podcast? We did a live stream.
Well, we
in
did
March.
the Facebook one. We did the Facebook, didn't we? Oh, I thought it was the end of March.
You were fucking miserable when we were doing that. People were chiming in and asking us questions, and you're like, "Shut up! We're trying to talk here. Leave us
It
alone."
was not.
I go, you have to interact with them so we give followers.
Never
You go,
once.
no,
said shut
I'm in the
up.
middle of a story. I'm not answering that asshole's question.
Never once said shut up. Was just, but I remember being in the middle of a story and you're like, oh, it's Bob. Hi, Bob. How are you? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, because they'll leave.
I'm trying to talk. He's
if
greeting
they
Bob.
ask a question
Hello,
and then
Bob.
they
No,
watch and you don't respond to them, they leave. If you say, "Hey, man," they stay engaged, and then when you get rolling, some of them start interacting with one another. But we had like 8 people in the beginning. You're like, "Shut up! I'm not answering your fucking questions, assholes." We're just streaming
never
off.
Called them assholes.
Never doing
Never said
Facebook
shut up.
Live again.
And we haven't. Although we should, but we actually should, but we have not.
It was a
It
failure.
was too traumatic.
But we do it now.
Well,
we do it now for ourselves.
But it was tough with, I just remember, and this is 2.5 years ago or whatever. And it just seemed we're having technical difficulties. And then when it started working, it just became, I don't know, it's too much. I was sitting in a closet, for God's sake,
You came out of the closet, though.
working.
That's all that counts. I'm very proud of you.
Hey now, thank you.
I've
never
got your
been happier.
back.
You know what I mean? My true self, got to be out there.
Mhm.
Feels good. Feels good.
I still like that joke.
Have you been,
The gay joke?
what's that?
I tried being gay
Gay joke.
once, but I quit when it was my turn.
Whose is that?
I don't know. I just heard it.
Yeah, good joke.
Funny.
It's a good joke. Have you been speaking of jokes, Jesus, have you been following this Johnny Depp trial?
No, I refuse to. I'm making
refuse
pizzas
to.
in my backyard, and everybody's loving it.
You're very zen. You're just making pizzas. Nothing affects L's life. He's just making some pizza.
So
people don't want him anymore.
his girlfriend,
They've had it. They've had the pizza. They've had enough.
yeah,
Now you can get a guy. You want to go see Al? He's making pizza.
he's making
Shit.
pizzas again.
All right.
I'm getting requests. I got to do it again.
How much pizza can I make? How much pizza can I eat?
I
This
ate
guy.
pizza 4 out of 5 nights because I was doing the trial and error, experimenting before I had all
Right.
my guests. And then when they showed
Yeah.
up, I just started making them for them. I only tasted 1 slice because I was pizzaed out. But we had other food. I did the peppers and sausage,
Mhm.
Italian sweet and hot chicken,
Ooh.
peppers and onions. Bernadette
Awesome.
made a nice spread.
Good
Leave
stuff.
it alone. Leave it alone.
Hey now.
She put out a nice
all
spread.
right. Jesus. I got to
That's
take
why I
fastballs
married
down
her.
the middle, huh? I can't swing. I got the don't hit sign. Just taking those down. All right, whatever. She had a nice spread.
It was too easy.
No, it was fucking beautiful though. I don't mind easy. I'm not proud.
I'll post some pictures
take an
right
easy
here of
joke.
our backyard, and we had the 9 people, and there they are right there.
Was it a birthday? Did I see
It was Melissa's
someone's
our
birthday?
friend Melissa's birthday, but it was also me coming home after being away for 6 weeks,
Mhm.
and with my new pizza oven. So it was a combination of, everybody
Worked out.
celebrating spring.
Yeah.
It was LA. I did put the one of the heaters on outside because it was a little chilly.
Is it ever
around
warm?
9 o'clock.
And I'm not asking this quite funny. Is it ever warm there? It seems like as long as we've been doing the podcast, you always have a winter hat on and a coat in every picture outside. And I'm just wondering, is it ever, I know this is serious, I don't live there. Is there ever like t-shirt, shorts, and a flip-flop type of day? I mean, I know it is, but it doesn't seem to be where you live.
Well, first of all,
Just seems
your
always
buddy
cold.
Al is acclimated to the Caribbean, and that's a different kind of warmth because of the humidity and whatnot. But here's the deal. You'll have a 30 to 35 degrees swing from day to night. So it could be, it was 87 the other day in my driveway. And then at night in the yard, it dropped down to 64 or something like that. So
You should have had the party in the driveway.
You fool!
How dare-
What an
It's a
idiot
simple-
I am. No, I'm saying the sun goes down. I prefer the daughter.
Over California
Hello,
Boulevard.
hello, what a spread.
Oh, he can do that one, but I can't get
Uh,
the spread joke, but you can do. All right, I get it. So why are you ignoring the Depp trial? Is this just you can't? It's just so dumb. I don't
I don't
want
know.
to deal with it. Or
Is it his
just
ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or both?
wife?
And she
The
took a shit.
ex-wife.
She took a revenge shit in his bed, right? Is that what I
Someone
heard?
did. Yeah. Well, she.
I
Had,
wanted to tune in
They,
when I heard that.
they were swinging or something, but there was another girl involved, and so they think she did it, but it's just very bizarre.
She
And
told her
had
friend,
put
she
out
said,
an
I'll
article.
do you a solid.
Hey,
I'll shit in your bed for you. I'll do you a
There you
solid.
go.
Did you like the drum snare I put in yours? Your joke last
Yeah.
pod?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It's always nice to get the dum bum. No, cool. Means a lot.
Actually, the last pod that we posted was from the Vault, one of our classics from 2 years ago, when we were discussing Longmire, and that was actually a pretty good pod.
Yes.
It's only like 15 minutes long, right?
That was. Yeah. We had some good Twitter and Instagram people.
I had death
You
threats.
tag Longmire. Yeah, people get serious about the Longmire, and it's a show. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's great. I loved it, and Al and his better half hated it. And Al came on the pod the next day and said, "I said, did you give it a chance? Did you watch it?" He goes, "Yes, we didn't care for it. We thought it was ridiculous."
But the Longmire people came after me, man. They came at me.
Yeah, good people there. You don't.
There was a
lawn.
noose on the palm tree at the end of my driveway. They were ready to take me
racist,
out, man.
So
yes,
but get back to where you once belonged there.
Get back, JoJo.
Yeah, and by the way, he's on tour. He started last night. He's back. The guy's 80 years old. He's in concert. He was in,
and his tickets
Spokane
are $1,200, right?
Oh, easy. I mean, if you bought them in advance, and you could get a couple of decent seats, I guess, for a few $100, but not at this point. But anyway, going back, so you didn't follow the Depp thing, or you didn't want to, or what was because it's kind of hard to not see. I mean, it's everywhere I open Twitter or the news or YouTube. I'm kind of bombarded.
I would catch a highlight here and there, a little clip. And I granted, I paid attention when the clip was on to see this megastar, 58-year-old guy, megastar, doing all his dirty laundry in public. They're both nuts.
Brutal.
They're both fucking nuts.
Yes.
Now, he sued her for defamation for $50 million. And she turned around
lost in.
and
Well,
lost. She turned around and sued.
Yeah, well, he was suing the Daily Sun. She did a long article during Me Too, and she'd mentioned how she's part of it because her husband beat her and he's a piece of shit. But and she just wrote the article like, oh, there it is. And then he says he lost work and blah blah blah. Some movies dropped him, so he sued her and the Daily, I think, Sun, and then he lost that case. So then they came back to the U.S. and now he's suing her for defamation and loss of income and various things.
But she countersued.
But I think the both of them.
Yeah, she countersued for 100 mil.
Seriously, 100 mil. Yes.
Does she have 50 mil? Did she get in the divorce? Did he have to give her?
Well, this is part of it too. After the Me Too article, she said in the article or in an interview, she'd be giving away a big chunk of her money from Johnny to these different women's groups. And his lawyers in court have been pulling up the statements from these groups. And there's been no real donations made by Amber Heard. So, it's all, of course, it's all bullshit. And, but it's weird to see it in live and watch it. And these people, I mean, this marriage or whatever, and you got video of Johnny Depp. He's all fucked up. He's screaming at her. He's, but he's not hitting, but he's a drunken idiot, and there's one great clip where she's like, I thought I married Johnny Depp. I didn't know I was going to marry some old fat guy who is a drunk. She goes, I thought I was with Johnny Depp. She pictured 20-year-old Johnny Depp. He's fat and he's holding a wine glass. It's like this big, full of wine. It's literally to the top. He spent $30,000 a month on wine. That was one of his, they brought out in court different bills. He like 30 G's a month in vino. But he's walking around the kitchen with a glass. It's this big. He's screaming at her, and she's like, "Where I thought I married Johnny Depp." It's great. But
I don't understand the.
I don't know. Even if he wins or she wins, who cares? I mean, they both. It's you look at him now. I mean, it's pathetic.
He still gets his residuals.
I don't know,
right? From that Pirates of the Caribbean, still killing it. He gets right. He can't stop the money from flowing in.
But he was supposed to do another one, and then they dropped him. Disney dropped it during this this whole thing in the last year and a half.
That's another 50 mil right there. That's the 50 mil. Yeah, he would have made potentially.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. So it should be wrapping up, I guess, soon. I don't know. She's supposed to go on the stand, and I don't know. It's bizarre, man. But it's fun to watch. Other people's misery.
Where is it?
Always entertaining.
Where is it being streamed live?
YouTube.
All right, I'll go check it out. That and Longmire.
On
I'll
YouTube.
Have a look.
Longmire is awesome, folks. If you have never seen it, it's really good. Don't listen to Al. It's really good. And there's a Longmire. They do Longmire days. They have festivals of Longmire people come out and Longmire posse.
I want to go. I'd rather go to the Big Lebowski festival.
We should do a live pod at Longmire days and then just have them boo you when you come on the stage. Like I'll come out first to great applause, and then I'll go, and here he is, Al, and they'll just boo the shit out of you. And you can defend your take on Longmire.
I'm afraid to go outdoors after we discuss it or hashtag Longmire because I should just, I should binge watch. I'm going to get into it. I know I would.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets to Netflix because that's my network that I still get a paycheck from. They took over, you said season 3 through 6, right?
Netflix. I don't remember exactly now, but I think they're all there. I think they're all on Netflix at this point.
I'll give it another go.
So give it a shot. What the hell?
I should. How do I watch it on
Ozark is back? What's that?
Yeah. How do I watch Longmire on the ship? What's your recommendation? I have a Netflix account. I don't always
get the
have
surf and stream package.
Right. But what about downloading it? Can I download it to
download it?
To what?
I believe you can. Yes.
My MacBook Pro, my phone, my iPhone, or
no,
I have an
old
old
laptop.
Yeah, because I have an old tablets, fire
Penis?
tablets.
Oh.
I have a big penis tablet.
It's old though.
It's got
Disheveled.
It's got a couple, miles left on it.
Are we talking about the computer? I don't know what we're
Eh,
talking about now.
I don't either.
I was doing a penis joke. You were talking about computer, then you went into
and
the
I
penis
embraced
joke.
it, and I did an ambiguous.
You embraced it.
I embraced it and did an ambiguous reference. It's got a few miles left on it.
The ambiguously gay duo. You think SNL could get away with that nowadays? Remember that cartoon they had? The
only if gay
ambiguously
men do it.
duo.
You can't have a straight man pretending he's
Oh,
gay.
you have to have gay men doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That would work. Yeah. Two gay guys doing it. Openly gay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have gigs coming up this week?
We have our
this pod is Monday.
I have some
coming up.
I have a little gigs that I'm doing just
little
like a little Thursdays and Wednesday gigs, the one nighters. And I don't have that information in front of me. Let me see. Simi Valley. I don't know the names. I don't know who I'm working with. I show up, they give me 2 to 6 bottles of wine at a winery, and they Venmo me some money. And usually the crowds are all wind up, and I get up there and just do my thing. It's a lot of fun. I love these wineries.
Do you?
Yeah, they're fun. And again,
and how far from home, or what kind of travel we got on these?
They're all under an hour. So sometimes
that's great.
30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. So
nice.
Again, the last one, they gave Bernadette and I both 6 bottles of wine. So we had a case. And then they tipped us a Ben Franklin each on top of our pay. They gave with a card, and I was like, totally surprised me. And then I looked up the prices of the wine, and they were $45 and $65 bottles of wine.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of wine are these? Do I know these wines?
Some of them are fantastic. No. And others they make them sometimes, they have their own wine and own labels, but they make them for other people and whatnot.
Yeah. Right.
But
how do you know they're $45 to $60?
I went to the website.
You look them up.
Yeah, I want to see what I was getting.
Right.
No $2 chuck here, pal. $3 chuck.
Yeah, that's
by the way,
I remember guys used to tell me how good that was all the time. It's not good.
I did buy.
I don't know if you've never had wine before, but it's not good.
I did buy I think it was a $3.99 Sangiovese from Italy. It was a 2020. And I opened it up for 2 hours, and then I had it with my pizza, and it was like Italian table wine. It was perfect.
Yeah,
I wouldn't serve it to anybody. No, it was good on the cheap. $4.
It's on the cheap, all right.
And then
$4 wine,
and you can add some of it to red tomato sauce. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know if I want to drink it.
No, if you don't, I'm telling you right now. I'm saying right now.
If you told me it was a $40, I might be like, oh, that's pretty good. So wine is all bullshit. A lot of it.
Yeah. My favorite wine price range. Everyday wines are between $12 and $15. Everyday wines like, oh, that's up to guaranteed. Boom. Now there are some very expensive wines that I love. I love Ducale Chianti. I just bought a bottle, $22, and that's fancy for me. I'm like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm coming home after being away for 6 weeks.
Why not?
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Yeah, it's like $70 or $80 in a restaurant. So.
We had dinner with the Manellis, Jim Manelli and his lovely wife, Barbara. And we went to Ocean Prime, which, I don't know, you have that one in California? It's, seafood mainly, but steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice, overpriced, but nice restaurant kind of deal. So we're there, we're having some old fashions and eating some apps. And then the wine list got put down, and then Jim was looking at it, and I said to the waiter, "Hey, do you have any orange Swift?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We only have one. We have the not the prisoner. We have whichever one, I forget now. Conundrum, I think.
Conundrum.
And one of his." And I go, "Oh," I go, "Geez, you have that?" And he goes, "Yeah, we have a couple bottles of that left." I go, "Let's do it. We'll take that." And then I don't look at the wine list, and I don't, I'm in my too old fashioned having fun mode. So I don't look at fucking prices and shit. You know what I mean? What do I care? You know what I mean?
How much was it?
Mere bag of shells.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't crazy, but the next day, Jimmy he writes me a text. He goes, "Hey, how much that wine was?" And I go, "No, actually, I don't." And he goes, "Yeah, 168. I go, "Oh, that's a lot." But we're out. We don't go out a lot with them, and but it's,
we had this
discussion. The thing is with 4.
We've had this discussion.
It's one glass each.
I'm letting you recap because I brought up the wine story.
We did this one already.
You touched upon. You went into a little bit more detail now, but I let you run with it because I did this. I did this a few months back, and you were all over my shit. You're like, "You fucking told that fucking story last podcast." I go, first of all,
well, I think
I go, it was from a classic that had played.
That impression of me is awful, awful, awful. I hate it. I hate that impression. You told that story last podcast.
It's a cross between the late Kevin Knox and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
But anyways, I let you go with the story because it fit. I didn't give you a hard time about it.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
But the whole wine. Oh, by the way, Michaela, Michaela.
Oh, go ahead.
My neighbor. I'm looking.
Yeah, your
Michaela,
hot little neighbor.
Yeah,
your hot little neighbor.
Yeah.
I've heard about. I've never met her. I've only heard your description and the way you talk about her. Especially,
I don't know if she went out on a date.
Just don't stop. Just keep talking and talking.
I don't know if she went out on a date or if it was like a few people, but
escort.
She says they're just friends. She's dating a billionaire crypto guy, and he ordered I think she said $7,000 or $9,000 bottle of red wine. So I'm like 1968, whatever, 64, whatever, blah blah blah. And she says, she goes, that was pretty excessive, but I guess for a billionaire guy, it's nothing.
Well, she banged him anyway, so works.
She claimed she did not. I didn't ask. She offered she goes, "We did not sleep together." I go, "Well, if you did, you would have got a $12,000 bottle of wine."
Well, if someone buys me a $7,000 or $8,000 bottle of wine, I am sleeping with them. Just so I want to put it out there. Anyone is interested?
Kelly,
are
you paying attention?
Kelly?
You're writing this down. So she says, "I like you with the scruff," and you go, "Yeah, well, go buy me a $7,000 bottle of wine, and then we'll talk."
That's right. No, I drink $9 Riesling with her, and it's fantastic.
Well, we tell Kelly to go to Trader Joe's and get the Hannah. It's out here. It's $13.99. It's a white wine, and it's pretty darn good. And we occasionally get that.
Yeah.
So I recommend that. She has an assignment now.
Is it?
If she's truly listening, if she truly listens to this past the half-hour mark, then she'll know. Kelly, you have an assignment. Hannah, it's not too fruity. It's a little dry. It drops off quick. It's nice. Let me know what you think.
All right. There you go. We'll check back on the next pod and let you know on that, because she'll I don't know, she's into the Rees, not so much the other whites. She likes the
She's
fruit.
a racist. She doesn't like the whites.
She doesn't care for the whites. No, never did. Just I think I might be the first white guy that she's been with, and that's not true. I don't want to put things out there.
She divorced Mike Tyson.
Somebody might be listening, going, "What the fuck?"
Who's the black comedian that was just doing about you gotta have what he goes? Black people, you got to have some white friends. You got to get some white friends. Make sure there's some good white friend people out there. You got to, he really blacks it up too. He goes, you see someone you can, if you call them, you call a white person at 3 a.m. by accident. He goes, they're so nice. Just, hello. They answer the phone. Hello. Who is this? No, I think you have the wrong number. No, it's not 9. It's a 7. Try the 7. Call me back if you're having trouble. And then he does.
Whitey is so lame.
I know, but then he does the black version. It's a very funny bit. I'm trying to think of the comedian's name. It was a very funny bit.
That's a funny bit. Yeah. Well, it's funny how, that it's like the certain things that people strike or comedians think is hacky. There's a million like airline jokes or dog and cat, differences. But if a black comic does the white voice and the difference between black, everyone loves it. You know what I mean? Like that's never hit upon as hacky, but it really is. It is. It's been going on forever. And they do the same voice. All of them have the exact same white guy voice. I think like Chappelle was early on doing, which is hilarious voice, but they all have it.
It is funny to hear it come out of them.
Oh,
yeah. When they do, I enjoy it. I'm a Chappelle fan.
I like being around white comics who are kind of racist, and they watch that kind of thing, and they're always like, what the fuck? That's the same. What? No one sounds like that. It's the same voice for every white guy's the same guy. We're all fucking lame. We're all this, and it's like, dude, it's a joke. It's just a bit,
Who's that? Who's Mike D? Mike DeStefano? No, Mike D. He passed away. He used to talk about the N word. He goes, the N word. He goes, everybody gets all worked up. All these white people get upset with the N word. He goes, look, there's 2 N words sitting right here in the front row. You guys aren't. You're not embarrassed about this. You're not insulted by this, dude. It killed. It absolutely killed.
Right, and anytime you have black people in the audience, they're almost 9 out of 10 times they're the best audience members.
Yeah,
they just laugh. They even give, and when they laugh, they fucking they're knocking shit over. They hit. Oh, it's great. And then Whitey can fucking relax and enjoy a little. But
pretty awesome.
Good.
All right, plug our dates again for July. Plug our dates.
They're good people. Good people.
The Laugh Factory at the Tropicana in Vegas, July. What?
Yes, sir.
23rd through the 29th?
July.
Oh,
May.
shit.
Next July. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Too many pizzas for Alfred.
I did. I just plugged my July dates for the Rhode Island Comedy Hall of Fame. May.
That was his way of slipping back in. I'm a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm a Hall of Famer.
You're a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Are they going to give you a ring? That'd be cool if you had a ring.
I think we get a little trophy and a dildo.
Yeah, a ring. Yeah, a ring
Cock
would be
ring.
Good, though. No, a ring to show, though. I'm a Hall of Famer. Like, these guys, the NFL guys always have their big ring on.
You know what? I'm going to find out. Sorry, May 23rd through the 29th. Is that the date? I don't have it right in front of me.
That's the day. Laugh Factory at the Tropicana, the original, the Trop, probably the longest, oldest hotel on the Strip. Got to be.
I think so.
It's one of the originals. It's been redone, but same location. That was the problem. They could never sell it because they could never get what it was worth. They wanted to sell over the years many, many times, but that real estate
is insane. Right there in the corner.
Yeah.
How many acres?
I don't even know if you could. It's priceless. I don't know how many. It's huge, though.
18 acres or something crazy.
Priceless real estate. You couldn't even. How? No one could buy that. Or what would you do with it? So they just kept it open, redid the hotel, and we used to do it back in the day as Comedy Stop.
Right.
Out of
the Trop. Comedy Stop at the Trop.
New Jersey. Bob Kephart opened a couple, and now then Harry Basil took over. Made it the Laugh Factory, and
Jamie Masada
two shows.
Jamie Masada and Harry are partners on that club, and the Reno Club as well. Yeah, they do they have quite the lineup. That club.
We're doing 2 shows a night, and that's one of those days because I wanted to come in a day early, get acclimated, but the airfares are just insane right now. I used to go to Vegas for 225 or something,
Right.
and it's not on Sunday was completely out of the question. So we're going Monday, but it's
Early
one of those
morning?
days where you
Ugh.
early morning and then you get into Vegas. So by the time the second show ends, to me, it's going to be,
3 a.m.?
whatever, 3:30 in the morning. Some kind of
Ugh.
feel. Yeah. Mm,
Well,
Mary.
well, maybe we'll get
So,
somebody to take a dump in your bed.
Good luck in prison.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Go to patreon.com/The Two Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.